What's up, everybody? Giancarlo here with Bad Beats. Today I'm going to be commentating over a match between two of our sponsored players. On the left, we have Eric with Red Broly, and on the right, we have Rashad with Dark Broly. This is a matchup that I like on the Red Broly side. On the Dark Broly side, I kind of prefer it. Granted, I am a Dark Broly player. I do think overall it's a fairer matchup, um, but you can main deck cards in Dark Broly that kind of tilt the matchup into your favor. Red Broly does have an incredibly high ceiling though, so it's not like it can get blown out, crazy easily. And so turn one, we're gonna start with Vampa. Probably just gonna play the Vampa. What I do like in the from the Red Broly side, if you open the one drop promo, generally that's gonna be better than playing the Vampa. You can search for Violent Rays, and ensuring you have Violent Rays is pretty important in this matchup. So yeah, he's just activating the Vampa, and I see a promo there, so it's probably going to be the one he takes. So he's got to discard one for Vampa now, and then he's probably going to crit a life to summon a Ba from deck. Discarding Ba, Ba in hand's not great. You're not really doing anything with it. You can put it back with your super combo. It allows you to put it on the bottom of the deck, which may give you another target later in the game for an additional one drop in case you run out of Bas in deck. But realistically, in hand, it's not really doing anything. So searching the 3 drop, pretty safely lets you assume he's going to swap into it. Okay, so yep, swapping into the 3 drop. Bringing out Paragus, very nice. That's, pretty much your typical turn 1 play from the Red Broly player. Getting a Kale. Probably going to play that next turn. I do know that some of the lists are switching to the Piccolo Jr. Unison. It is very good for removing cards like Black Mass Hand for its +1, which negs something 5k. It probably pretty good in like the mirror match too. Could probably hit the Ba blockers. That's going to be pretty relevant. Here we have Rashad is taking a life to look at the top 5, and he's going to mill up to 330Ks. Hitting 3 is very good. That's what you want to see. Basically, the more you mill, the more it enables a play. Here he's going for life. So Eric here is at 6 life. He probably wants to stay at around 5. So he's considering a block, I would think. No block, gonna combo. Let's see. So even though these cards combo for 0, he's just going to basically discard them to activate the Overrealm. Or you can activate the like a Dark Broly from drop by removing 7. So he's going to, summon the 1 drop, play the ball. So he's putting 6 in his drop for an Overrealm, searching the deck probably for the Ravager. Yep. So he's going to warp 1 from Red Broly's hand, as well as 1 from his drop area. Warping from the drop area in this matchup's not insanely relevant. I mean, you never know the difference that one card is really going to make, whether it be like for Sparking or Overwhelm. I've actually gotten locked out of a Sparking Negate before by hitting 1 card in my drop. Realistically, it's better in certain matchups where they play stuff like Majin Buu or Ape that activate from drop. And here we have the Secret Identity. Clearing the blocker in the 3-drop, which is just very good. It's very important you clear that 3-drop before the Broly can awaken. The Red Broly can awaken. That way they cannot reestablish their chain. When you're able to clear it before they awaken, it's a lot harder for them to establish multiple chains. Again, charging Ba from hand, not really doing anything in hand. Okay, he looks like he activated Vampa again. Getting a Paragus. Okay, not ideal, but better than whiffing, I guess. He's going to discard 1 and then look at the top 5. So he does have that Kale. That Kale is probably coming down this turn. As well as he's going to try to establish multiple chains. So he has the promo in hand, and it looks like he has that 1 drop. Okay, so he's getting a 5 drop. Yeah, you could go straight up to the 5. this turn, or you could try to establish a 3 and a 4, depending on if you have multiple 1-drops. That's why you can only summon the 1-drops once per turn. Okay, there we go. I do like that Overwhelm. So it looks at the top 3 and adds any battle card, and then puts the 2 on the bottom. All right, so that 5-drop was the only target. And then since it puts him on the bottom, it doesn't re-randomize your deck. So it allows you to basically like dig further. So here, yeah, so here when he plays the Kale, he's essentially looking for the top 6 cards, as opposed to looking at the top 3 and then re-randomizing and then going back into a new random 3. So playing the promo, see if he crits a life for it. Okay. Bot triggers. Yeah, so at the start of the game, when you use your leader ability, like when you look for a 1-drop extra card, you want to kind of just quickly shuffle through and basically like count how many Bas are in your deck. That way, like if he crits a life here, and he doesn't know how many Ba are in his deck, and it just so happens that the last Ba is in his life, because that was all 4 Ba, I believe. So this one just happens to be in his life. He basically just crit a life for no reason. So it's beneficial for you to basically count the number in your deck. Although, you got to do it quickly, because you're not like, you can't spend all day counting cards in your deck. Comboing the Paragus to make it a 25k, critting a negate. That's pretty nice. Probably critting the Paragus because he has another one in hand, and Paragus does have unique. So we're going to get a fair bit of attacks in this turn. Really here, I think you're in a good position to just go up to the 5-drop. You have a blocker. You have your leader awakened. You're going to put a nice bit of counters on your Kale. Leaving the Dark Broly player at 6 basically lets you pressure the hand a little bit by warping a few cards and then establishing like a multiple chain. So like, see this attack here. He's going to basically choosing to aggro down. Gonna warp 1, swing for 20k. And so I noticed he didn't actually have another Paragus. He probably didn't need to combo the Paragus to make his leader swing 25. The Dark Broly player really can't combo anything. It's not that it can't combo anything, but it's very hard for it to combo out of things early game. Here he's swinging on the 30k. I don't know that I particularly like that. You basically want to pressure the leader into the awaken. That way it can't get an additional mill and an additional draw on the next turn. And you could very easily secure a nice, crit attack here, denying him a card from life. Okay, so hitting a super combo. Getting a super combo out of hand's not like horrible, but then here we have 15 going to lead, I assume. And another super combo. Okay. So choosing to keep his life total high as opposed to going to 3. Again, as Dark Broly, there's a certain point in this matchup where you just need to tank up. He is going to draw at least 4. He's going to draw 5 cards next turn. And so his hand's going to get pretty big pretty fast. So he can afford to, spend some cards to do some life defending. And with the Red Broly player tapped out and being at 2 life with an easily removable blocker, I would assume that this is the turn that the Dark Broly is going to pretty much go for game. Yeah, I think it probably would have just been better to basically go into... He could have gone into the 4 and left one up for Violent Rays. And if you leave the Dark Broly at 6, then he's not going to be able to progress game state as much. So here we're going to see why Dark Broly is so dangerous at 4 life. The Dark Broly, if it can awaken on its own turn, it gets a huge advantage. So you get that mill. He milled 2, which is about an average mill. Milling 3 is nice, but 2 is pretty average. Okay, Makekabura comes down. The fact that Dark Broly can main deck Makekabura definitely gives it an edge in this matchup. He's going to be able to clear that 5-drop pretty much no problem. He's probably calling Broly BR4. It basically locks the Red Bully out of being able to play the game. Of course, there are things that the Red Bully player can do. He's got Overwhelms. He's got Bardock the Resolute. He can go into the 3-drop a couple. He can go into the 3-drop, which still attacks. But the fact that it can't go 4, 5, 6, hurts it a lot. It definitely changes the matchup. And here, we should probably just go in at life. Combo and Gravy. Gravy puts any 2 cards from your warp back into your drop. Here it's going to hit 2 black battle cards, basically allowing a Dark Broly to come out or even an Overwhelm. Gravy helps you extend plays in this deck a lot. It's one of my favorite cards in the deck. As well as like being one of the only cards you can actually combo into a battle card. Most of the battle cards can only be used with your leader ability. So getting a super combo out, yeah. Of course, it's usually more effective to just always combo to 25. But again, with Dark Broly, that can be kind of difficult. Here we have the SR coming out. He can hit either the he's gonna hit the blocker. Yeah, so that definitely just shows that he's gonna go for game. He could have a Champa in hand. He can swing 2 30Ks here. He still has access to Overwhelm. So yeah, 30K. I mean, he doesn't really need to combo. It's 30K. That's the beauty about Dark Broly is when you're swinging with a 30K, you don't necessarily need to combo. And here's one of the issues with Red Broly. As you can see, everything in his hand is basically a piece of a combo. So although his hand is pretty big, it's not like he can just combo out of everything willy-nilly because as you're comboing, you're losing your play for next turn as well. So here he's comboing 4 cards to go to 35, and when doing that, he's basically taking his own play away. In leader swing, here's the big play. Leader's going to swing, draw 1, draw 2. You can combo with cards from rest mode, and we're pretty much just going to shoot a shotgun here. He just has more cards in hand. Yeah, that pretty much does it. So that was game 1. Real quick, I'm going to go over so basically with the leader ability on the front side, you can, why it's so good on the awakening turn is so you mill up to 3, swing, draw an additional card, awaken, draw 2. On the backside, his draw ability is not linked to his attack. It's an activate main. So activate main once per turn, put 3 30Ks back in drop, draw an additional card. And then hypothetically, let's say that the Red Broly player here can survive this attack. All he has to do is combo 4 black battle cards minimum. He's going to combo his entire hand, which is probably going to be 7. But he can also put 3 back. So then he can summon this Demon Realm Ravager back from drop and get another 30K attack in. That's what makes this card that's what makes like this, what I would call the shotgun, so powerful. Because if they out combo your leader, which with that big hand, probably going to go to like, anywhere from like 60 to 80. They have to out combo that, but then they also still have to deal with a whole nother 30K after it. So that was a good game 1. Yeah, so the Red Broly player aggressed, but couldn't like close it out. The Dark Broly player can generally tank up. Once it's gonna let you put it to 4, and then after 4, it's gonna tank up. And I would like to see a little bit less aggression from the Red Broly. If he takes it a little bit slower, maybe just like establish multiple chains and leave some energy out for a Violent Raise, then it might be in a better position. Even here, I don't know if he opened 1-drop promo or not, but I think it's I think it's almost better to just summon the 1-drop promo and then search for Violent Raise. Because the best card you can hit off of Vampa is the promo. And it looks like he has, that's the normal, that's not the promo, that's the regular one. All right, so we're going to look at the top 7. He's got a Ba as a target. And the promo, okay. So pretty much snap, grab the promo, and then going to discard 1 and crit a life. It looks like he has a Violent Raise in hand, so that's pretty good. Discarding another copy of it. So he did have the promo in opening hand. That's what I was saying of, I do think it might have been better. He does have Violent Raise in hand, though. I'm assuming he's playing 2, minimum 2. and it looks like there's two more Bas in the deck. So that's what I say really quickly. So he crit one Ba. He saw that I saw just by like kind of casually glancing through the deck that there were two Ba left. So he can use this one drop promo a maximum of two more times, assuming he doesn't draw another Ba. You always have to pay very close attention to like targets in deck because you do not want to just crit your life for no reason. Okay, Dark Broly. Usually, of course, just going to start out its turn by drawing one from life and milling. It's take up to one from life. So in matchups where you don't want to take life, it's it's fine. Now going second here, taking that life is a lot more dangerous because Dark Broly or Red Broly can very easily push you to 3, and you definitely want to stay at 4, especially when you're going to be taking criticals. Leader block. Okay, so he's at 6 life. Or maybe he's at 5. He should be, yeah, he's at 5 life. Yeah, pretty easy. So of course, Dark Broly is going to, clear the 3 drop before he's awakened, preventing him from establishing multiple chains, without, it's like an energy burden at that point. Like when that 3 drops, that's the beauty of Red Broly. When that 3 drop survives, let's say against like blue or something, the deck's going to go way harder, way quicker because it doesn't have to spend an additional energy to play the 1 drop into the 3 drop again. You're going to go pretty easily up into the 5. But yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of Dark Broly. That's why I say the matchup's like, pretty good for Dark Broly because you can just constantly clear. Okay. Don't, yeah, he's shaking his head. I was going to say, don't forget to charge your energy. You're going to need that. I mean, his hand looks pretty good. He has Kale, Yamcha, Violent Rays. Here we're going to play the Kale. Look at the top 3. He can get a super combo. Okay, so there's another Violent Rays in the deck. Now it's at the bottom. He's going to have to re-randomize that somehow. And there we go. That's going to re-randomize it. Creating another promo. Okay, so that's 3 promos down. Ba. So again, he has one more Ba left in the deck. He's going to look, search whatever piece he's missing. Okay. So here's the turn where he makes a decision. Going into the 3 drop. Does he have a Paragus this time? And he does. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say missing Paragus 2 turns in a row is really feels bad. Looking at the top 5. He can grab that super combo. He can grab that 8 drop if he wants. Actually, no, he can't grab the super combo. Not with Paragus. Looks like he has to drop the 6. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I confuse Paragus and Kale. Kale is any Red Saiyan, and Paragus is a Burly BR or 1 drop Unison. So here's basically what he can do: is he can just swing in with leader as a 20k crit. The Dark Broly player is not going to out combo 20k. Okay, so he even gets to combo Golemite. When you combo with Golemite, it pops at 30k on your opponent's field. So comboing with Golemite, removing the Dark Broly, so removing a threat. Here we can just swap into the 4, or you can summon another 1 drop and swap into another 3 drop basically. Yeah, just going up into the 4, removing 1. And yeah, he's choosing not to attack, which is smart. You don't want to give the Dark Broly player an awaken because he was pretty easily able to just win on the crackback last turn. Yeah, charging a Dark Broly from hand, pretty common. They kind of suck in hand. they don't do anything. You're just gonna combo with them. So you want them in drop, and you want at least 1 in deck, and you want a bunch in drop. So milling 2 again. Yeah, 2 is pretty much your average mill. It's nice to hit 3, but And we're warping 6. So if he hits the 4-drop, he just establishes it. Okay, looks like he's slowing it down. So that would mean he has another Makekabura. Okay, there you go. Yep. Summon Makekabura again. Search the ball. Yeah, and so again, he's calling Burly BR4. That way, when he removes this 4-drop, the red Burly can't just reestablish another 4-drop. He can summon a 3 or a 1, but it also prevents him from playing 4-drops next turn. So it really limits his options, basically, his aggression options. And what he's doing here is he's attacking with the Makekabura first to play around something like Violent Razor, to play around the Yamcha. Attacking there, nice. Yeah, you don't need to remove the blocker. You're definitely hitting the 4-drop. He can choose to discard 1 to summon a 1 or a 3 from hand, which is what he's thinking about doing. As well as he can counter window 2 the Yamcha. So you have to play Yamcha and counter window 2. When a card is brought out by a skill, basically, you counter window 2, you can hit the card that was brought out. Otherwise, Yamcha cannot hit a card brought out by like just tapping mana to summon it from hand, if that makes sense. And then here again, yeah, Red Broly's effect, summoning the 1-drop. Gonna crit a life to get an additional blocker. Yeah, the double blocker is good. And he has energy up for Violent Rays. I doubt he plays Violent Rays this turn since Dark Broly's tapped out and he can't really awaken. So this is probably going to be the field that he ends his turn with. So the blockers will be enough. But, I mean, he's going to send Leader into Kale. He's probably going to send 30k into probably Leader. I would assume that either one or both get blocked. So, see, here he can make the decision not to block. The Leader's definitely attacking the Kale. He can make the decision not to block to save the blocker for next turn. Kale going down to 1 counter. You know that he can't kill it outside of just discarding his whole hand, which he's not going to do. You know that he's not going to kill the Kale. And it puts you in a fine position. Now, Rashad could have discarded, he could have comboed 4 cards from hand, Secret Identity Mass Sand. That's like a neg 5. He only has looks like maybe 8 cards in hand, so he's probably not going to do that. So you could have kept the ball on field for the next turn. Okay, creating a super combo, I mean, that sucks, but now that Dark Broly's at 4, he's going to start tanking up. As well as okay, so 25 into the Yamcha, going down to 3. Swapping to the 3-drop. So it's not like Red Broly has 0 plays. You have cards like Bardock the Resolute, which Eric does not seem to be drawing, but it is a very good card. He has Overwhelm. He has, he still has swap shenanigans to a certain degree. He has that Yamcha attacker there. You can even attack with a Kale. So there's a lot of options you have. You're really trying to push. You're trying to force the Awaken here. Okay, yeah, taking. So he's definitely going to go. It's pretty much telegraphed, right? So I'd probably be a little scared to go to 2 life here as a Dark Broly player. But it's pretty telegraphed. Since he's taking all this life damage, you know that he's going to be trying to win on the crackback. Eric here is out of blockers. We've seen all 4 blockers this game. And he's at 2 life. So, the only thing he's going to have is maybe a Violent Raise. So you're locked out of swinging with 30Ks. But of course, Dark Broly, Dark Broly plays Champas. So being at 2 life, you're a big target. All right, so he's activating Vampa, going down to 1, taking a very aggressive approach here. The Golemite. Golemite is a blocker. You could remove the 6-drop, but well, I don't actually think you should remove the 6-drop. Yeah. See, okay, so here's where an interesting line of play could have happened. Let's say he kept the Ba. He would have had the Ba on board. He could have summoned this 1-drop. This 1-drop becomes a 15k. Um, Attacks again. You don't have to Vampa because your leader. You want to keep your leader at 2. You don't need to remove this 6-drop. This 6-drop, if it's in drop, he's just gonna basically summon another one and pop your blocker. You actually want to leave it on board, forcing him to have Secret Identity Mass Saiyan. If he has it, he has it, which is fine. But I mean, like, realistically, like, he's not playing it at 4. He's probably playing 1 or 2. And if you look at like how many cards are left in his deck, like statistically, it's just like a good chance he doesn't have it. What you can do, is, especially if you're at 2 life, is you Violent Raise the first. He's going to play around Violent Raise by attacking with the 6-drop. So you Violent Raise the 6-drop, and then you attack the leader, or you block the leader, and it forces him to have Champa and a card that isn't a 30k. So it kind of puts it would put the Dark Broly in an awkward position. And that's where those micro decisions like matter a lot over the course of an entire game. Because you would essentially get 2 more by summoning. See, yeah, again, by summoning this 1-drop, you get 2 more attacks while also having a blocker. And you want to leave this on board so he can't just swing, kill your blocker. Combo 10, yeah, I agree. Kale doesn't turn sideways too often, but yeah, easy combo out. The Dark Dragon Balls, man, or the Parasitic Dragon Balls are so cool. You can just combo with them from your hand, man. They're so cool. So yeah, essentially getting more attacks here. Paragus coming. He's got a 4-drop. Can't really play it. Probably just gonna end up comboing with it. Yeah, he could have put himself in a much better position of not losing. See, yeah, so by putting that in drop, you're basically allowing him like access to it again. When it's stuck on field, he can't just remove it. It's stuck on field until he swings with his leader, at which point you can just block the leader. And also you would still be at 2 life in this scenario. So you block the leader. He's under Violent Raise. He has to have something in his hand that he can attack with, and Champa. So yeah, charging the negate. Yeah, you go down to 1 life. You're charging the negate. This is the last turn of the game that's going to be played. Okay, looks like he milled 3 there. Pretty good mill. And he's just going to, looks like, bring out probably either the Demon Realm or the Uncontrollable Berserker would both be fine here. They basically just remove a 5k combo piece either way. The Uncontrollable Berserker guarantees, if you hit the Paragus with Uncontrollable Berserker, you basically guarantee hitting a 5k. If you summon Demon Realm Ravager, he might have a dead card in hand that is not a 5k. But oh, looks like we got some dog interference going on. I got my own right here. Okay, so this Toa pops a 30k to add a 30k back to hand. And it looks like he's choosing 0, so he was doing that just to put the 6th card in, 6th black battle card in drop for Dark Broly. Coming out, Hitting the 3-drop. See, like, yeah, I would probably hit the Paragus here. That's just another 5K he couldn't combo with. Here come, yeah, so playing around Violent Raised by actually attacking with the 6-drop is correct. Getting Violent Raised. Gotta tap 1 for that. Yeah, okay. And here, yeah, again, here just comes a leader shotgun. Pretty obvious. Awaken, draw 2. And here he can just shotgun, everything. Pretty much game over. Okay, so, well, I don't know if he drew that secret identity or if he had it already. And yeah, okay, that's pretty much it. That's a lot. The red Broly player has, I think, 4 cards in hand, maybe 5. There's no way I don't think he's going to be able to combo out of that. $25, $35. $45, $55, $65, $75, $85. Okay. Yeah, 85, and it looks like we got 4 cards in hand. 1, 2. Yeah, okay. So one super combo is already down. It's not likely. After image, that would have been nice before. After imaging, that attack would have been nice. But it did not happen. He's just showing it to him like, oh, too late. Okay. So that's a 2-0 for Dark Broly. Yeah, I do. So I do think the matchup is relatively fair. I think in the second game, the Red Broly player did better of not just aggressing him down and getting killed on the crackback. Realistically, main decking cards like you see he plays Black Mass Sand right here, and he main decks Makekabura. Main decking those cards absolutely puts you at at least some type of advantage you gain from main decking those cards, rather than other decks that don't main deck them. Being able to clear your chain, the Broly chain, starting from turn 2, gives you an advantage, and being able to kill the opponent with low mana gives you another advantage. So I do think the matchup is slightly tilted in Dark Broly favor. Although I am a Dark Broly player, so of course I'm going to think that. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Leave a comment. Let me know anything you want to see, anything you might agree or disagree with. I'd love to interact with you guys. We're going to be bringing more videos to you guys soon. Thank you very much.